Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a box here that just came in. It's going to be an interesting one. I do believe this one's coming from Demko Nano, so I'm excited for what's in here. Of course, I'm going to be sharing my raw first impressions, first reactions of the knife in here. And of course, it's only proper to do the honors with the brand new Shark Cub Stealth. Right, these were just released here about a couple weeks ago with the new DLC 20 CV steel and the aluminum handles here with the big pivot and both the artillery gray and black handles. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get in here. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you're interested in checking prices, availability, variants, and all that good stuff, definitely check those links. Right, those do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. And of course, today's video is sponsored by the like button. So go ahead and smash that like button for me for the YouTube algorithm. And let's go ahead and get in here. All right, so let's take a look. This should be a brand new model from what I understand. So that's going to be exciting to check out. I got it right here, and it looks like we have another accessory as well. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But here is the knife. We have the brand new, right, making a debut here in the channel, the Nano Shark Cub. Right, this is G10 black with 20 CV. It's going to be a smaller, I believe, model than the Shark Cub, so that should be interesting. Right, we're going to go ahead and take a look here without further ado. We'll save this guy here for just a little bit later. Go ahead and get in here in typical Demko unboxing fashion. Well, you gotta make sure you work out a little bit to be able to pull this thing open. But let's go ahead and see here. We got the knife, right? Nice and bubble wrapped. All right. First things first, I do know they included an additional clip, right? So this is a lefty clip. It comes standard with a righty clip, right? But so if you're lefty, right, just know you get an extra clip in there, which is a nice addition, right, for this non-symmetrical clip that they included an extra one for you. So yes, they have lefties in mind. Of course, after all, the Shark's lock is indeed a very ambidextrous friendly locking system. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, finally in our hands, the Demko Nano Shark, right? So that's interesting. We got a whole, we're going to do a family picture here in just a moment, right? Looking at all the different Demko models that I own. We've been able to check out here in the channel in the past. But this one, I believe, is the smallest one in size. But it does have a few things going for it to kind of make that smaller size a little bit easier to work with and such. So for one thing, you'll notice you have the big pivot, right, which is always a good thing, right? It looks nicer than just the one screw that you see in some other more budget models. I'll show you, for example, right here's the budget, right, Shark Cub, right, and this one is again under. This one is under, I think, 90 bucks or so, right? And it's been on sale here a couple of times during the holiday season. So yeah, this one doesn't have the big pivot. It just has the, hex screw there, if you would. And this one has the actual big Demko Nice Wampin PA. These, of course, are made in Taiwan, from what I understand. So you have the sort of FRN or GRN scales on the budget model, and this one is G10. And they got different materials as well, aluminum, titanium. All right, I like my 80-20.5. I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, G10 looking pretty good. It is a little bit thicker than usual, right? I do understand they made it a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit easier to work with, given it's a smaller size knife. Of course, we have the Shark Lock, which I think for the first time, the fin on the Shark Cub looks a little bit more, it's thicker, right, than it would be on the Shark Cub, right? So it does give you a little bit more real estate to pull back on that tab, so that's nice and welcome. And it does have a little bit of a different shape, right? You guys take a look there, right? This one is more of a, finer jimping. This one has a little bit more, I want to say, pronounced jimping, right? So maybe that could be a new route they're heading towards. Maybe it's just for this model, I'm not sure. We have, of course, the pocket carry clip, and as you can see, it can be mounted on the other side. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy deployed here, shall we? I'm gonna, of course, do it with the Shark Lock here. And always notice this, right? You got a little bit of an indentation right here, which makes it perfect for your index finger to go in there. And bam, there, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the new Nano Shark from Demko Nano. All right, let's go ahead and check that open and close a couple of times. I'll tell you, the fact that this is a slightly thicker sort of Shark Cub fin or shark fin tab here, whatever you want to call it, actually is pretty neat, right? The one thing, it's not a gripe or anything, but I will tell you, the slightly narrower tab on the Shark Cub, right, it could potentially, right, maybe if you fidget with it like 20 bajillion times, get a little bit stabby. But again, that's just after a long while, and I do tend to fidget with my knives a lot. This one being a little bit thicker, right? That is Definitely going to be more comfortable there, just in the nature of it, right? All right, it's going to be really good. We have, all right, looks like we have an opening hole here, so we can thumb deploy it. Okay, nice, and we can reverse flick this bad boy, spider flick all day, every day. Bam. Now, let's get to the blade here. We have 20 CV blade, looking really good. This is a stone wash finish going on this one. Go ahead and give it a nice little wipe here, get those oils off. I always like the edge being very, very tall on Demko knives. I feel like that just makes their knives look so, so good and savage. Oh, baby, I can tell this thing is going to be putting in some work for sure. And this is an interesting blade here. We got a sheep's foot, reverse tanto, whatever you want to call it, sort of blade. I can tell you this is going to be really good for utilitarian everything, right? Got a nice tip down low, draw cuts, utility cuts, right? All day, every day with this bad boy. This is my kind of geometry right here. We have a flat grind on this one. Nice jimping there. So that is good functional jimping on the spine of the blade there. Interesting little switch there for personality. All right, looking pretty good. And you got the Demko logo on this side and the steel, and of course Type 1 on the other end, right? So I'll tell you one thing for sure. So it is let's talk ergonomics for a second. So we did mention it is a smaller EDC, but the fact that they made the handles a little bit thicker, right? Starting from even the flipper tab to the thicker G10 handles. We do have recessed liners here in the back, but they do show here towards the portion of the shark fin there for the shark's lock, right? Two standoffs back here. And actually, these are pretty solid. These are solid G10 scales. It's kind of like, sort of like a cartridge liner, right? The actual liner here comes to this standoff, but it's only a very skinny portion, right? Not the entire, right, surface or real estate of the handle. So it's kind of like, in a way, sort of like a cartridge liner, if you would. Of course, you'll know, you see the patent number on there for the Shark's Lock from Demko knives. But yeah, also like that they went with a shorter, unique pocket clip for this one, right? Not something extremely long for the smaller size, something that is appropriate. Still got your lanyard hole there for my lanyard people, right? So that's good. Got that going there. But yeah, other than that, again, ergonomics. So I have average hands, so you can see here I can get a full grip on this thing, right? Looking pretty good. No, not necessarily getting a forward choke. There's no finger choil on this one per se. So that's one thing you'll notice there, but I am able to get a full purchase. Most of the time I'm going to be doing a little pinch grip like this. You can absolutely bet your money on it. That's probably more than likely I'm going to be using this guy, opening up packages, right? Tearing down cardboard boxes. Usual EDC, nice stuff, right? That's about it. But yeah, definitely feeling good here. I want to say, okay, I feel the shark fin, maybe a hair. I'm able to squeeze really hard. If I do squeeze really hard, I do feel the shark fin there. A lot of times if I'm doing long cuts, right, for a long period of times, I wear gloves, so that won't be an issue there. And I'm typically not squeezing this hard in real life anyway. But let's see here, reverse grip, right, that feels good too. Check out the Friday Night Gas Station Fighting grip if you're lefty, that feels really good too. And the Pacol grip, probably we're pushing it with that one a little bit. That one is not necessarily as comfortable, but that's not what you're going to use this knife for. Now, before I completely forget, let me go ahead and open up this guy. So I understand here that all purchases on this new Nano Shark are going to come included with this new bottle opener. So it kind of resembles the shape of another one of Demko knives, the Armiger, and hopefully I'm saying it right. I'm definitely butchering that for sure. So let's take a look. This is sort of like a keychain style, right? Small, it kind of looks like yeah, definitely a shrunken version of the Armiger here, or Armiger. One of those two pronunciations is probably right, but keychain, right? Little hook there, that's good. And if we take this guy out, bam, take a look at this, right? 42OJ2 Type 1 Demco. It is a nice, looking like a pry bar here. Very big flathead screwdriver if you needed to. And it's also a bottle opener, right? So that's pretty neat. Got the Demco label sheath to go along with it as well. If you own the bigger version of this guy, right, this one will be a nice little addition, right, to go along with that. Looking pretty good here. Pretty sick handle, right, with all kinds of grip everywhere. So it'll be nice to check out if I get a chance to check out the bigger, actual, real life blade version of this guy. That would be pretty sweet. But this one included here as a bonus for a purchase on this guy, right? It's going to be pretty neat. We're going to talk about prices in a moment. Of course, you get the good old Shark Lock sticker right there as well. Let's do some size comparisons on this bad boy, right? It's only fitting that we do that. Let's go ahead and bring out the Demko family out here, or at least the models that I do own. Here's my grill, Demko knife, the 80-20.5 with the titanium, mill titanium scales, also 20 CV steel, stonewashed. Right, I picked this one over the clip point, right, especially with the premium materials, because I'm more of a sheep's foot or shark's foot type of guy, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely I like this geometry a lot. Of course, let's not forget the Shark Cub, and this particular one is the Stealth, also recently released. I like that Demko Nice is actually releasing a lot of new models recently, which is always great. So you can see we have a little bit of everything, right? So actually one that is not even on the screen right now is the USA made Demko 80-20. That's already going to be a bigger version than the 80-20.5, at least as far as the ones that I own. The 80-20.5 is the biggest one that I own. Then you have the Shark Cub, it's a little bit shorter than the 80-20.5. And here's a brand new Nano Shark, right? So there you go, take a look. Right, definitely a little bit shorter there for sure. Definitely, you know, lighter carry, obviously, and also less intimidating, right, than, you know, some other larger blades. I know a lot of people have local laws that are limiting to what size knife they can carry. Other people work in an office setting and they don't want to bring out a big old blade that's going to scare a bunch of people. So a lot of times, right, having a good size, you know, smaller EDC like that is definitely going to be a good thing. Here's the Spidey brothers. We got the Manix 2 and the Yojimbo 2. Those are obviously going to be a little bit bigger as well. Here's the Kizer Militaw and the Civivi Vision FG. Those are going to be a little bit bigger there. And last but not least, there's the Vosteed Raccoon and the CJRB Pyrite Alt. All right, all these are on the budget end, right? Especially those last four models that you looked at, and some of the premium ones in the front end. Hopefully you own some of these knives. It kind of gives you more or less a ballpark where these guys land. But of course, you already know we got to do our scientific cutting test. Today we're going to be studying Unit 4. Just kidding. This is just an old textbook piece of paper here. It's a little bit thicker than the actual, well, more or less around, you know, printer paper. 8.5 by 11 if you would. So let's go ahead and see how this 20 CV does. Already got a swirl going on there. So yeah, these come really sharp out of the box. I mentioned the taller edge on these. It's pretty awesome. I definitely enjoy that a ton. And bam, boom. Yeah, is it gonna cut paper? I mean, are you surprised? Obviously it's gonna cut paper, no doubt about that. What about some cardboard? Well, I got single wall piece of cardboard right here. You remember when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but at an angle like that. And it's gonna look something like this. Definitely love the spot there with Jim. Nice thick spine up here, by the way. So this one's a little bit more of a robust blade. Definitely gets a little bit thicker there. Like, still not a prying tool, so don't use your knife as a prying tool, but you do get the thickness there, right? And I can rest my thumb there comfortably. Bam, right? Flat grind, one of the sliciest grinds you can have on a blade. Bam, boom. I mean, is this thing gonna be a cardboard destroyer or what? It absolutely is, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely is. Yeah, definitely gonna cut through that cardboard like nobody's business. Feels the hand here, right? Smaller size EDC. You guys write it in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is this guy, right? How much of an edge does it have out of the box? Checking that lock up, rock solid, no side to side, no up and down. I mean, this is just as rock solid as it gets. And you know, in case you're new to Demko knives, in case you're brand new to the Shark lock, right, guys? The Shark lock is up there, one of the strongest locks you can have on a knife, period. Andrew Demko, right, the maker, designer, already has his fair share of strong locks, right? The tryout lock being one of them, but the Shark lock is right up there in strength. Again, really, really strong of a lock. Definitely no concerns there. And this thing is a vault. Rock solid, not going anywhere. Of course, you got that fidget factor for sure. Boom. And they actually made the hole nice and big, especially for the size of blade, so you can still manage that reverse flick there, right? No issue. So definitely good action going on this one for sure. So finally, let's go ahead and talk about price on this one, right? These were just recently dropped. I was actually out of town on vacation, you know, so I'm a little bit late to posting this video, as you know, probably seen it in other YouTubers, other channels as well. But yeah, these dropped, I think, sometime last week. They're available now on the Demko website. Again, link down below, just like any other knife that you saw in this video. If you want to pick them up, you absolutely can. Let me give you a nice little close-up right here, right, with that 2x zoom. And we'll give her a nice little wipe here. All right, there it is, right? You got the stonewash finish going on there, right? The thicker G10 handle, right? Making it nice and girthy there on the grip. So these come in at $230, right? Price-wise, so it's pretty much around the same price as any of the premium versions of the Shark Cub. Actually, let me correct myself. I believe the OG Shark Cub, when it first came out, I think these were in the 190 to 200 range, right? And then the new Stealth Shark Cub are in the $230 range as well. So you have, you know, some different offerings to consider here from Demko knives. Now I feel like obviously the Shark Cub is a very solid choice to go with all day, every day. I've really been enjoying this thing a lot since day one. It has a very slicey blade, very thin, great ergos here on the handle, right? Good stuff. This, of course, is the new kid on the block. So yeah, definitely want to make sure I showcase it. Make sure you guys get a chance to check it out here in the channel. And I'm not sure if they do plan on doing other production variants in the future. Knowing Demko, chances are they probably will. You got quite a bit to consider there, all kinds of different sizes, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a family photo here, if you would. So I'll put my Shark Cubs here on the right side. Right, so you guys can take a look at them side by side there. Somebody said in the comments some other day, you know, can you give us a moment where we can actually see the knives with no hands? So I'm going to do this family photo here for you so you can check them out. Of course, there is the budget version of the Shark Cub. These are around $90 or less. As a matter of fact, Demko has a sale going on right now. I just looked at their website. They have a sale going on right now. All their models are heavily discounted. So definitely, absolutely check out Demko. Check out that year-end sale they have going on right now. Definitely going to find a good model there you're absolutely going to love, no doubt about that. But absolutely, guys, let me know, what questions do you have about the Nano Shark, right? Brand new model here from Demko Knives. This, of course, was a unboxing video, right? Just a quick overview, right? Unboxing, first impressions on the Nano Shark, right? And here's your family photo for you, so you guys can go ahead and take a screenshot. That's what somebody wanted to do. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on this guy, right? A little bit smaller than the Shark Cub, right? So you got plenty to choose from. They have, basically, they got you covered over at Demko with any size knife that you like. If you like bigger knives, if you like smaller knives, right? They absolutely got you covered. Again, $230 for the Nano Shark. This guy's going to be linked down below, just like all of these knives will. I have unboxing on just about every other model that you see here on screen. You can absolutely check out here in the channel. Guys, this is going to be it for today for this video. If you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. We'll really appreciate that a ton. Also, if you like and enjoy Knife and ADC content like this on a daily basis, please do consider subscribing. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. Make Knife and ADC content like this on a daily basis and you will not be disappointed. Shout out to my Patreon supporters right there on screen for supporting what I do here, guys. If you want to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon or right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. I'll put 2 other videos right there on the screen for you guys to check out, 2 other Demko models for you to check out as well. Guys, take care. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I'll catch you guys on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.